Hey all. Recently I was reading in the Minor Prophets, which are these small little books in the Old Testament. And I was reading in Hosea, and there was this little verse in these Minor Prophets that caught my eye. And I want to read it to you because I thought it had significant impact for today. It goes like this. He's talking to Israel. He's talking to the nation. God is. He's addressing them. And he says this. He says, when I fed them, they were satisfied. When they were satisfied, they became proud. Then they forgot me. And I had this little note right below the verse that said, success breeds complacency. And so it got me thinking about this whole idea of success and why we do not handle success well. Because God's accusation against Israel was that he was the one who took care of them. He blessed them, he fed them, he gave them everything they needed. And then once they had their success and things were going well, they became more focused on themselves. And the end result was they forgot all about God. They were doing things on their own, doing it their own way, and actually began to put their attention and even their worship in other places. And so it got me wondering why we have so much trouble handling success well. Because this is true at every level. We all know stories of companies who became successful, but then forgot their roots or got complacent, and the company ended up dying. We know churches that were doing really well, but then got complacent and ended up dying off or descending into something very little. And it happens at a personal level too. I think this is because we have an issue when success comes. When success comes, we begin to believe that we have more at stake. We believe that we have more to lose. There's more things we have to invest in, and we begin to believe the lie that we had a lot more to do with our success than we actually did. And so we invest more time and more energy in keeping and holding on to those successes and trying to duplicate them in our own efforts. And we begin to forget about God. God gets relegated to the back seat. We don't pay a whole lot of attention to him anymore. And suddenly, what used to be this amazing relationship between you and God has become distant and far away. And it's not necessarily because of problems, but because of success. I think there's a principle at play, which is that God, it's not that he's against success, but I wonder if God is more interested in growing our character at the same rate as our success. Anytime our success outstrips our character, it's always a recipe for problems. And so I wonder sometimes if God lets difficulties into our life because he's trying to slow our success down because he knows our character can't handle it. And that if we actually got everything we asked for and everything we wanted, and we were very successful, we would just implode, just like the Israelites did. So, if you're successful, use it to leverage what God is doing, but don't forget to give credit where credit's due. That in fact, God is the author of all true success. And if you're in a place where you're not feeling terribly successful today, then take a pause and reflect. How is God trying to grow my character to prepare me for that next season of success? This applies in every walk of life, whether it's at work, in your spiritual life, at home, with your family. It doesn't matter. God is more interested in growing us alongside our success than he is in just blessing us and putting us in a place where we will inevitably forget him and fail. So, I hope you're successful. I pray that you're successful. But my prayer is that as you are, you know God. And so we don't end up like the Israelites, forgetting that he's even there. Till next time.